Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm already joking. Y'all already know that's not my real voice. So hello, welcome to my channel. Okay, down and dirty with your girl, Dee Dee. Hey, how are y'all doing? Okay, because it's WWE Wednesday. I'm just excited. Are y'all excited? Because I'm excited, okay? Because it is Money in the Bank coming up this Saturday, okay? This Saturday, June the something. We're going to go 7th. June the 7th, okay? So I'm excited. I think this is going to be our best pay-per-view we've had in a hot minute, okay? Because they've been kind of like, they've been good, but they haven't been good. Like, not Elimination Chamber, not Royal Rumble level of good, okay? They just haven't been. So I think this is going to be our, like, start to the crescendo of the year, okay? Because I think with the 2-day SummerSlam, I think things are going to go crazy at that. If I'm being honest, I think things are going to go down. I think that that's going to be a good one. It's going to be low-key like a mini WrestleMania, I feel. And I don't really like SummerSlams are good, but like I guess it's kind of like the midway through on the way to WrestleMania and all of that, but following to the next year. But we're getting halfway through at this point. So, you know, they've got to start doing something with the whole John Cena thing, because I don't think I'm going to be the only one to be upset if that title is now gone because he wanted to ruin wrestling in this whole heel turn. So I'm excited for Money in the Bank, y'all. And so we're going to do a little different things this week. And I'm not going to recap SmackDown and Raw. I did just finish Raw right before I am recording this, but I did not get to watch SmackDown. I was so busy on Friday. So much was going on at work. And then afterwards, I didn't go home. And then the next day I wasn't home. And then I didn't go home until like right before work on Sunday. So it's been a lot and I did not have time to watch. Okay, I just did not. So I am only going to do my predictions for Money in the Bank this Saturday. If time allows, then I will post another video either late Friday night or early Saturday morning if they add another match to Money in the Bank on Friday Night SmackDown. Okay, just don't quote me fully on it, but I'm definitely going to try, okay? Especially because they usually add one more match, I feel. And right now we only have 4 matches, so we're going to start talking about them, and we'll worry about if they add another match later on in the week, okay? So the first match we're going to talk about is going to be the Jey Uso versus Well, I guess it is Jey Uso versus Logan Paul, but it's also Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul and Cena. Okay, John Cena. Why did I say his name like that? That's weird. Okay, it's gonna be that kind of day. Understood. Anyways. So John Cena and Logan Paul, from what I heard in the streets, by the streets, it was my twin, y'all know, from the very first WWE Wednesday. He told me that there was rumblings that it was supposed to actually be Travis Scott and not Logan Paul, but like something happened and that just wasn't going to come into fruition. So that's why we got the whole random Logan Paul, Jey Uso, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes spiel. Like that's why, because I was confused. I didn't know where that came from or like why that he was going after that, especially with, you know, the Gunther aspect. And then you had the Seth, I almost called him by his real name. Well, I guess his wrestling name, but Timu CM Punk. If you're new here, that is Seth Rollins. Jay had a lot going on. So like it was weird, you know, the whole Logan aspect, but I guess they had to make that make sense for Money in the Bank because it was supposed to be Travis Scott, which would have made sense, period, without this weird thing going on. So I don't really know what happened or if that was really real, but that's what the streets was trying to say to us. Okay. So moving on to the Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul and John Cena. This Money in the Bank, I can see a lot of different things happening, if I'm being honest. There's so many different aspects and different storylines that are really starting to develop and pick up speed now. And so, I don't know. Okay. Most of these matches, I genuinely don't know. Okay. I would say half. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But I do think, because there's champions on each side. So I don't think either of the champions are going to get pinned. I think that it will be either Logan or Cody that got pinned. And I don't see them pinning anybody other than Logan. I don't know. Obviously, Cody Rhodes got pinned for the title back at Mania. But I don't see that happening. I don't know what that's... I don't know. I don't see him getting pinned by Logan Paul. And I love Logan Paul. Y'all know I love Logan Paul. I think that Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes are going to take this one. I do think that it's going to be a really good match. As long as Cena's not involved at that point. You know, I mean, like, of course he's going to be involved. But, like, I don't know. If John Cena and Logan Paul win, it's literally going to be because of a cheat. Or a cheap shot, or a low blow, or something of that sort. Like, it's gonna be that. When's the last time he won fairly? He hasn't. Not in this run. He has not won fairly. If they win, it's gonna be a cheap shot. It's gonna be some kind of something of that sort. Do I think there will be interference? No. I don't think anybody's going to interfere in this one. I think that every single other match for the night so far for Money in the Bank will have interference. I just do. I don't know. It's giving... There's always usually some kind of interference in the Money in the Bank matches, just because, especially with the no disqualification on the ladder matches for the briefcases, there's always some kind of interference. So I think this will be the one match that goes without it. I think that's where we are with that. So we will see how that goes. So my official answer will be Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes taking the dub. Now, if I'm realistic about it, and they haven't been letting Cena lose anything, even to R-Truth, man. We're going to pause on that. We have to talk about R-Truth, y'all. Okay, this man has been in the WWE since, well, more than a lot of you have been alive. Not as much my demographic, because I have my age and older kind of demographic. But the demographic of WWE, most of them, I would say, have, all of the younger ones. R-Truth has literally been in the WWE long, and they've been alive. Okay, this man is over 50 years old. He's R-Truth. I just feel like they could have done something else with him, and it's sad to see him go. But it's like they weren't really utilizing him, and then when they let him lose on his last match. That's messed up. They at least could have gave him a dub for his last match, so at least let him have another one, where he takes the win. And it's just sad. And if y'all watch Raw, like I just did 10 minutes ago, throughout the entire Raw, everybody was like, we want truth. And then it was like, he was singing his theme song. His intro song was What's Up. Even Pat McAfee, he said, yeah, that's what's up. So it's like, I don't know. R-Truth is our freaking truth. They should have let that man stay until he was fucking, pardon my French, deep down into the ground at that point. Like, I think that they are not only hurting, I think they're hurting with this one. I think this wave of you know, non-contract renewals. I don't think this round has been like, the last few have been kind of hard on the WWE universe, if we're going to be honest. But nobody's had the reaction that R-Truth has. And then it's like they put the Judgment Day on the forefront, and then Carlito is gone now too. And then there was the drama with The Miz. So we're like, what the freak is happening with The Miz? They just have him being basically a manager and like having a storyline with Aleister Black. So it's like, and the Carmelo Hayes, and but they said that he's still there, but we don't really know what's going on. I don't know if it's like about to go down, and then they're like, hold up, too soon, or what's going on. Because he like took all his WWE stuff off of his like Instagram or something. I don't know, some social media. He took all of his WWE stuff off, and we were like, dang, they hit the trifecta, bruh. But I remember, I felt like I told you guys, I was like, how could they get rid of Braun Strowman when you still had guys like The Miz and R-Truth and Carlito? I probably spoke it into existence, if we're being honest. And I'm really sad about that. But because it's like, yes, we do need the seriousness. We do need all of this stuff. Like, we need that. But, like, we also need comedy. Like, we need comedic relief. You know how much seriousness is going on in the world? Ooh, my voice. Oh, my God. Help. We need the comedic relief. And, yes, Sami Zayn is good, but, like, R-Truth is a different level. R-Truth is a different level. And then I don't think Nick Aldis is like retired. They could have been a fun GM role for R-Truth. He could have been a freaking other Big E with it. You know, I feel like there was just more to do. There's more for him. Man, R-Truth, you'll be missed. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next match. We're going to talk about is Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. See, I got it right this week. I be knowing things now, y'all. I be knowing things. Honestly, it's a lot of titles and a lot of things going around that I can be getting confused. I'm like, who got what now? But I think Lyra's going to retain. I don't know why, but I think that Lyra's going to retain. I think this is Lyra time. And I think this was, you know, their way of boosting her up and showing that she is really good, not just inside the ring. And I know we've talked about this before, but she has the mic too, y'all. She has the mic. Her whole promo today, I was like, okay, Lyra, yeah. She said, let me get out here so I can say it to your face. Okay. Yes, ma'am, Miss Valkyria. Okay, you go ahead, girl. She said, y'all gonna put some respect on my name, and y'all not gonna call me that bird lady. Y'all gonna call me Lyra Valkyria, and I'm gonna say it to your face because I'm not scared, girl. Okay, she's cutting them promos. Okay, so she got the mic, and she got the fight. So we love this for her, and I think that this Becky Lynch is probably in. Obviously, Becky says, but I think that Becky Lynch was the best thing to happen to Lyra's championship reign, because she was really fading into the back, and they were trying to make something with the Ivy Nile thing. But I'm not the only one that doesn't care about Ivy Nile. Like, if we're gonna be laying people off, she should be one of them. I don't know why she doesn't work for me, because I'm down for a muscle queen. Okay, look at Tiffy, look at Rhea. I'm missing some people. I'm not gonna put Raquel in there because, in my opinion, Raquel can't wrestle. She should go back down to NXT or like Evolve or something. But like, she shouldn't be on main roster, and I'm sorry about it, but you're just not going to make it work. I was watching an old match of hers, and I'm like, girl, you were botching back then too, and you're just not doing anything like, okay, power moves, but and not even a full, like, it's not even good power a lot. I don't know. It's like dumb. I don't know. She's not it for me. She's just not it. Okay. So, but anyways, I'm down for the muscle queens. Okay. I love them. I think they add a different aspect into the entire thing because, these are all pretty women. Well, I don't really think Ivy Nell's pretty, in my opinion, but she married and I'm single. So, like, what can I really say? She's doing her thing or whatever, but like, I really can say not cute. Um, I just, I don't know, like her gimmick and nothing about her works for me. So that's just kind of where we are with that. So, yeah. So Lyra hasn't had any like really good big rivalries and big storylines with this title run that she's had, and she's had it for a hot minute. So I think that, Becky is the best thing to happen, to her in this title run. Do I think Becky could potentially win? Yes. But if she wins, then I feel like it'll be like a win by like disqualification or something, or somewhere where she, like, Lyra still retains it. I don't know. I just don't see Lyra losing it now. Do I see her potentially losing it at Evolve? Yeah. I feel like the women's titles are going to kind of stay where they are until Evolve. When Evolve hits, it's going to boom. At least for the main roster. I know that Stephanie Vaquer just lost her title, but that was losing a title, which we knew. We knew when she had the 2 belts. We knew before she even get down there. She really should have just went straight to main roster. But I do think that it was a great idea for her building her fan base in WWE to go to NXT first. I think that was like, honestly, she could have started on main roster, but I think that it was good for her and the fan base to go to NXT first. And now she is signed to Monday Night Raw. So, hi, Steph girl. I think that there will be a Stephanie and Io situation. I do think so, but obviously we're going to have Rio and Io first. Io. I'll put their names together again. Rhea and Io. We're going to have that first because Rhea was like, after we settle this, it's me and you, girlfriend. So who knows? But I do think Lyra will retain. And I do think that there will be interference in this match. I don't think anybody will interfere on Becky's behalf. If that happens, that'll be a good big shock because I don't know who that could be, right? But if anybody is going to like go in for Lyra, I think Bailey's going to make a comeback and do a little thing for Lyra and help her retain if she's not actually injured for real. Because I know that they do fake injuries all the time, so I don't genuinely know if she's injured for real this time, or it was just like a injury for the storyline. So we'll see. But we're gonna move on to the next match. We should go men's first, okay? We should go men's first. The men's Money in the Bank briefcase ladder match for Money in the Bank for a contract. This match is gonna be good, y'all. Good. Okay. Y'all know it. I know it. We all know it. All right. In the match, we're gonna have L.A. Knight. Yeah. And then we're also gonna have Solo Sikoa. Yeah, that guy. We're gonna have Chad Gable. Chad Gable in a mask. We will have Chad Gable in a mask in the freaking match. Okay. We're also gonna have Andrade. And then we're also going to have Timu Punk. Yeah. And Penta. We can't forget about Penta. Okay. All right. So that's Penta, Timu Punk, Chad Gable in a mask, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, and Andrade. I was like, y'all, I don't forgot. How did I forget? And I just said his name. So that's in our 6-man for the contract. It's good to a year, y'all. Now, I think this match is going to be phenomenal. I really do. I think that the men are actually going to be able to wow me. And why do I think they're going to be able to wow me? Because, well, Penta's in there. Andrade's in there. LA Knight's in there. Which LA Knight is like, I don't feel like on the technicality on the, is on the same level as Penta and Andrade with doing those like really jaw-dropping moves. But I believe like everything else will balance out, and I think that it'll still be a really good match. I just don't care for Timu Punk. Okay, and I don't care for Peanut Man, Chad Gable, in the mask this time, which is crazy that he got 2 qualifying matches. Y'all aren't going to get me to call him that name again. It's literally going to be Peanut Man or Chad Gable in a mask is what it's going to be. Do I think that he will win? No. So my predictions for this one is going to be that honestly, for being for real, I think LA Knight, yeah, I think he's going to take this. And let me tell you why, okay? Because somebody had a little Easter egg of Adam Pearce yip-yapping about something. And in the background, we see LA Knight. It's like on a thing, too, like on a board or something. LA Knight going after Cena with the Cena having the title, y'all. So I think LA Knight is either going to pull this out. But if LA Knight doesn't do it, I do think that Timu Punk will win. There will be interference in this match. No, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. It's just not. CM Punk may interfere. Sami Zayn may interfere. I don't think Jey Uso will interfere, but I do think Sami Zayn, CM Punk, and then also Scrappy Doo, which is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, if you're new here. And then I don't have a name for Bronson Reed. And if I did have one last week, I forgot about it. So we're going to call him Big Boy. So Scrappy Doo and Big Boy are obviously going to come out to help Timu Punk. And yeah, then we're going to have JC come out for a solo. I don't know that we'll see Jacob out there. I don't know. I don't think we will, y'all. I don't think we're going to see that. But I also do think that we're going to have a little interference, maybe from a Dragon Lee, maybe from somebody in LWO going after Gable in the mask. I just think there's going to be a lot of interference in this one. If it's not, I'll actually be shook. Okay. I'll be shook and I'll smell cooked mushrooms without closing my nose. Ew, no, I'm not. That was a lie. If y'all don't know, I hate mushrooms with a passion. I think that they should go extinct because that's gross. They're gross. They smell gross. They look gross. They taste gross. They're just gross. Ugh. Anyways, moving on. So, yeah, I think it's going to be down to those two, though. I don't think that anybody else is really going to have an opportunity to win. And like really, really win. If anybody else gets close, it's gonna be Penta. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that all of Timu Punk's politicking, I don't think it's gonna work out, but I do think that we're gonna get a Timu Punk title match at SummerSlam. I do. So final verdict for the men's is gonna be LA Knight. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him going after John Cena. I think that is pretty on par. And I think that match would look way more natural than John Cena versus Cody Rhodes of today. Back in the day, okay. Fast forward to now, bro, no. Cody Rhodes has far surpassed John Cena's in-ring ability. So that was just there wasn't that great of a chemistry. There wasn't like bad chemistry, but the chemistry wasn't there like it used to be. So we will see who really comes out on top. But my final prediction for the men's Money in the Bank contract ladder match is LA Knight. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the women's. And this one, I don't have a clue. Okay, but it is going to be Rhea Ripley. Mommy. Okay. You're also going to have Naomi and Alexa Bliss as all three of the vets. Okay. And then you're going to have the newbies, which is going to be Roxanne Perez, rewind. Play. Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Stephanie Vaquer. Do I think any of the newbies are going to win? Nah, not particularly. If any of the newbies is going to win, maybe Roxanne. And that may be interference with Finn Balor. None of the rest of the Judgment Day is going to come help her. If Dom comes out, I'm going to die. If he comes out, I'm going to die. But I think if there is interference with the Judgment Day, it'll be... I don't think Liv and Raquel would help her. I think they would hurt her. And I also think that if any of the men came out, like, it would be to, like, help her, actually. But I don't know that anybody's going to come out for Roxanne, girl. If anybody does, it'll be Finn. So we will see. And then Stephanie, I think Stephanie's going to, like, this is like her real big main pay-per-view debut. So, main roster pay-per-view debut. So, I think she's going to show up and show out, but I don't think that they're going to give her that title chance just to get for this. Do I think they're going to give it to her? Yes, because let's be freaking for real. Girl is great. Okay. Girl is great, but I do want them to create a good storyline for her in this process. And I know she's going to be on Worlds Collide. So I'm going to have to watch Worlds Collide, and then I'm going to have to review that for you guys too, because wow, I'm excited. I can't wait to see Chad Gable in a mask. Is he going to go in the mask? Is he going to like turn around? You know, I feel like he'd have the imitator if, you know, to bring out his alter ego in the mask, but he is going as Chad Gable. So I don't see him winning. I don't see him winning. Anytime he goes in as Chad Gable, he loses. So he only wins when he's in the mask. So we'll see anyways. Anyway, back to the women's match. I do think this match is going to be really freaking good. Okay? Because you have Roxanne Perez she is a phenomenal wrestler too. You know, yeah, I think she's a little outshadowed right now by the Stephanie Vaquer, but both of them girls can go. Okay. So can Alexa. So can Naomi. So can Rhea. Like, and you got 3 vets, not just vets, you know, been around for a while. No, vets, bruh. Vets. Naomi is so athletic, okay? Rhea is so powerful, and she's able to maneuver. She's able to think on her feet. You have Alexa Bliss. I genuinely don't. I genuinely think this can go a lot of different ways. This is the one match where I'm like, my guess is that I pulled that out of my booty cheeks, y'all. I pulled them out straight from in between them. Okay. It's because I genuinely don't have a clue what can really happen with these matches. I think that Julie is a definite loss. The crowd's not really that much behind her. She's, that's a definite loss. If out of the rookies, it's either going to be a Roxanne or the Stephanie. I'm sorry, Jules. Try again next time. But if I have to pick anybody, I think I'm going to go with Naomi. And this is the only reason why I'm going to go with Naomi is because, well, there's a few reasons. She has the strongest storylines out of all the women. And not just that, but obviously WrestleMania weekend, she did a podcast interview with the Bella twins. Well, I guess they're the Garcia twins now. But I know that Nikki's planning her comeback and Brie might as well. So we're going to go ahead and call them the Bella twins for all of those who know who they are. And if you don't know, you need to go back and watch because the Bella twins, they were it. Okay. They were the it girls. They were those girls. And so they have a podcast, and Naomi went on and she basically said, like, she was like, this is probably her last year in WWE, at least for the foreseeable future, because she wants to have kids and she's already down an ovary and she's up there in age. She's like 37, I think she said. So her window's basically closing. And that's something that, her and Jimmy Uso really want. And they've wanted that since, especially him, more so her, because she was like really starting to like have her, she was just about her to get her singles run. She was just about to get her like push in WWE when all of this is going on. So she was like not really there for it, but Jimmy's wanted to have kids with her for a very, very long time. So I think this is, her final year in the WWE for the foreseeable future. So she can create a future for herself with children, because she does have stepkids, but I know they wanted some of their own. So, and she should be able to get that and have that. So I think that she not only has the strongest storylines, but I also feel like she has, I don't know, she has it, but she has the backing of the WWE. Even as a heel, we love her. Okay. And so with this being her like final countdown, I see them giving it to her so she can get that title, that big title. Do I think she'll lose it and then end up, retiring, letting out her contract, run out and stuff? Yeah, I do. But I do genuinely think that she has a strong chance of winning Money in the Bank coming up on Saturday. Okay. So if she doesn't win, don't ask me. I don't have a clue. Because I can see any of them, honestly, other than Julia and, even Stephanie. I don't really see that as happening as much, but I do kind of see it happening with the Roxanne and any of the vets. I don't think Rhea needs the Money in the Bank, though. I don't think she needs the contract. But has she ever won it? I'm going to look it up and I'll screenshot it in here for you guys. But I don't know. Rhea has so much more time, And she even said that she was like, I do want kids one day, but she's like, it's not now. So she has more time. So I think that it may end up going for like towards Naomi, but then there could be interference in here. Okay. You could have, like I said, Liv and Raquel sabotaging, not Julia. Oh my God, I'm going to get it together, y'all. Roxanne. But then you also could have, Liv and Raquel also kind of, I don't see them reigniting it fully, but they could, hurt Rhea in some way, and cost her that. I don't see anybody interfering with Alexa Bliss. Okay. But Naomi, you have Jade, you have Bianca, and Bianca's back. So I don't know. Anything can happen. anything can happen. But I think I think there'll be interference in like most of the matches for the night. It's just the Money in the Bank way, y'all. Money in the Bank. Okay, so I'm excited. Hopefully, time allows and I can let you guys in if they add another match on to Saturday, and I'll post up maybe just a short. I'm not gonna do a full video. It'll just be like a little short little thing just to talk about whatever match they added, if they decide to add one, and then what my predictions are. So either way, I will see y'all on Flitch Page Friday in a few days, y'all. Okay. And thank y'all for coming to my channel. All right. And we're going to see y'all next week for WWE Wednesdays. Okay, but wait. Pause. Now don't hit pause. Just pause. All right. And I'm going to need you to go hit that like button. Okay. Go hit it, please. Thank you. Okay. And then after that, I need you to go hit that subscribe. Okay. Hit that. Yeah, hit that, bruh. And then hit that notification bell so you know when I post the videos. Okay. And then go hit me with that comment. Put in your predictions. Do you think they should let R-Truth go? Okay, go blow it up. Just say hi. Do whatever. All right. And I will see y'all again next week on WWE Wednesdays. Bye.